Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and joining me is Matt. We're covering a wide range of stories for you today, from politics and economy to sports and entertainment.
That's right, Dana. We've got a lot to unpack, so let's get started. Our first story is about Florida's Alligator Alcatraz Immigration Detention Center.
The center, known for its harsh conditions and remote location in the Everglades, has shut down nearly a year after it opened. Governor Ron DeSantis announced this on Thursday, stating it was always meant to be a temporary facility.
That's interesting. What were the main reasons cited for its closure?
According to DeSantis, federal officials now have sufficient capacity to handle detention and deportation in more permanent facilities. The center faced criticism for its conditions, being called Alligator Alcatraz due to its location and the challenges it posed.
So it was more of an operational decision rather than a response to the criticism it faced?
That's correct. The reporting suggests the decision was based on the federal government's ability to manage detentions elsewhere, although the criticism likely played a role in the broader context.
Got it. Moving on to our next story, there's been a significant Supreme Court ruling regarding Roundup weed killer.
The Supreme Court has sided with the maker of Roundup, blocking thousands of lawsuits that allege the product failed to warn users about its potential to cause cancer. The court ruled that federal regulations finding a cancer link unlikely protect the company from state lawsuits.
How does this ruling impact the ongoing litigation against Bayer, the manufacturer of Roundup?
The ruling is a significant victory for Bayer, as it effectively shields the company from state-level lawsuits. However, Bayer has already set aside billions to settle some of the claims.
That ties into our next story about the Supreme Court allowing the Trump administration to end legal protections for Haitians and Syrians.
The Supreme Court has permitted the Trump administration to end temporary protected status for migrants from Haiti and Syria, potentially exposing hundreds of thousands to deportation.
What are the implications of this decision for those affected?
The decision means that migrants who had been protected due to conditions in their home countries, such as violence and natural disasters, will now face potential deportation. This has significant humanitarian concerns.
It's worth noting that this decision aligns with the Trump administration's stricter immigration policies. Moving on, let's discuss the story about Sujata Rout Karthikeyan joining the BJD.
Sujata Rout Karthikeyan, a former IAS officer and wife of V.K. Pandian, Naveen Patnaik's aide, has joined the Biju Janata Dal. Her entry is seen as part of Patnaik's succession plan and has sparked internal debate within the party.
How does her background as an IAS officer and her relationship with V.K. Pandian impact her political prospects?
Karthikeyan's bureaucratic experience and her connection to a key figure in the BJD could strengthen her position within the party. However, there are also reports of opposition from senior leaders, which might create challenges.
That dynamic is quite interesting. It highlights the complexities of political maneuvering within parties. Let's move to our next story about Trump and a Republican senator engaging in a shouting match over Iran.
There was a closed-door meeting where Trump reportedly had a heated exchange with Senator Bill Cassidy over the administration's framework deal with Iran. Cassidy expressed concerns about the details and its implications.
What were the main points of contention in this exchange?
The senator questioned the administration's handling of the Iran conflict and the financial incentives offered to Iran as part of the deal. Trump, on the other hand, was defending the administration's actions.
It seems like there were significant divisions, even among Republicans, on how to approach the Iran situation. Let's shift gears to the economy. The government has restored commercial LPG supplies as the West Asia crisis pressures ease.
That's right. The government lifted sector-specific restrictions on non-domestic packed LPG, normalizing supplies to commercial users like hotels and restaurants. This move indicates easing energy supply concerns.
How did the West Asia crisis impact LPG supplies initially?
During the crisis, there were restrictions due to supply chain disruptions. The normalization now suggests that the situation has stabilized and global markets are recovering.
That's a positive development. On the tech front, Microsoft is raising Xbox prices due to a major component crisis.
Effective August 1, Microsoft will increase Xbox console prices by $100 for 512GB models and $150 for 1TB models. This is the third price hike since May last year, attributed to a component shortage.
How are consumers likely to react to this price increase?
Consumers might be cautious about purchasing Xbox consoles given the significant price jump. This could potentially impact sales, especially if the component crisis continues.
The tech industry is facing several challenges, including supply chain issues. Let's look at another tech-related story. There's been a rebound in tech shares, pushing Asian shares higher.
Tech-driven gains in Japan and South Korea led the surge, with major chipmaker stocks rising following positive earnings reports from U.S. giants like Qualcomm and Micron.
How did this impact the broader market?
The rebound in tech shares had a positive effect on Asian markets overall, while oil prices fell more than $1, bringing them closer to pre-crisis levels.
It's interesting to see how tech earnings can influence global market trends. European shares also gained due to upbeat forecasts from Micron.
Strong forecasts from Micron and Qualcomm eased concerns about valuations in the tech sector, reviving the AI rally. European tech shares saw significant gains, with chipmakers leading the charge.
What's driving the renewed interest in AI-related stocks?
The positive earnings and forecasts from major chipmakers have reassured investors about the sector's growth potential, boosting AI-related stocks.
Let's move to a story about oil tankers navigating the Strait of Hormuz despite threats from Iran.
Oil tankers have continued to transit the Strait of Hormuz using a new route close to Oman shores despite Iranian threats. This route has been promoted by Oman and a UN maritime agency.
How significant is the Strait of Hormuz for global oil trade?
The strait is a critical waterway for oil exports. Any disruption here can significantly impact global oil prices and supply chains.
Shifting to sports, there's been news about Detroit Lions player Terrion Arnold's arrest.
Terrion Arnold, a Detroit Lions player, has been arrested in connection with a kidnapping and robbery in Florida. He is accused of being the primary conspirator in the incident.
What are the details of the alleged crime?
3 men were held at gunpoint, battered, and pistol-whipped in February in Tampa. Arnold faces felony charges related to the incident.
That's a serious allegation. Let's move to another sports story. The Panthers have acquired forward Garnet Hathaway from the Flyers.
The Florida Panthers acquired Garnet Hathaway and a 2020 6th-round draft pick from the Flyers in exchange for the Flyers' 5th-round selection in 2026 and 4th-round pick in 2027.
What strategic move is this for the Panthers?
Acquiring Hathaway adds grit and veteran presence to the team, potentially strengthening their lineup.
In other sports news, Alyssa Thomas of the WNBA has been suspended.
Alyssa Thomas was suspended for 1 game after making contact with her fist to Caitlin Clark's throat during a matchup against Indiana. The WNBA deemed it a non-basketball act.
How does this suspension reflect the WNBA's stance on player safety?
The suspension indicates the league's commitment to addressing and penalizing actions that are deemed unsafe or unacceptable.
Let's switch to entertainment news. Peppa Pig is airing new episodes on Nick Jr.
New episodes of Peppa Pig are airing on Nick Jr., including new TV and Mummy Pig's book. The show continues to be popular among young audiences.
What's the appeal of Peppa Pig that keeps it in demand?
The show's simple, engaging storylines and lovable characters make it a favorite among both children and parents.
Lionel Richie recently had to cut a concert short due to health issues.
Lionel Richie became dizzy on stage during the opening night of his tour, leading to the concert being cut short. The 77-year-old music legend was performing in Minnesota.
How significant is this health scare for his tour and future performances?
The incident raises concerns about Richie's health and potentially impacts the remaining tour dates depending on his recovery. David Clayton Thomas, the lead singer of Blood, Sweat and Tears, has passed away at 84.
Clayton Thomas was known for his powerful vocals on hits like Spinning Wheel and When I Die. His contributions to the band's success are remembered fondly.
How did his voice and style impact the band's sound?
His husky, high-strung tenor brought a unique energy to the band's music, making them one of the most popular acts of the late 1960s.
The Jackass franchise is coming to an end with Jackass Best and Last.
The final installment blends new stunts with clips from past films, marking the end of an extreme stunt franchise that was eventually outdone by time and repetition.
What was the impact of the Jackass series on popular culture?
The franchise was known for its outrageous stunts and antics, influencing a generation of fans and leaving a lasting mark on entertainment.
Judge Judy is airing new episodes on true crime. New episodes of Judge Judy are airing on True Crime, featuring real-life small claims cases. The show continues to be popular for its straightforward justice.
What makes Judge Judy so compelling to audiences?
Her no-nonsense approach and sharp wit make the show engaging as she tackles a variety of cases with her characteristic style.
Let's move to our final stories, starting with the devastating earthquakes in Venezuela.
Venezuela was hit by 2 powerful earthquakes, killing at least 164 people and injuring nearly 1,000. Rescue efforts are ongoing as survivors are searched beneath collapsed buildings.
What's the current situation on the ground?
Rescue teams are racing against time to find survivors. The earthquakes were among the strongest in Venezuela's history, causing widespread destruction.
The earthquakes have also prompted a state of emergency declaration.
Venezuela's interim leader declared a state of emergency, closing airports and metro services due to infrastructure damage. The declaration facilitates rescue and relief efforts.
As we wrap up, it's clear that today's stories covered a wide range of significant events globally. From politics and economics to sports, entertainment, and natural disasters, there's a lot to stay informed about.
That's right, Matt. It's been a comprehensive brief